What is the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, YouTube? Hard-hitting sports in your face. Miami Dolphins versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, there's been a lot of shuffling of our roster coming into this game, coming into this Pittsburgh Steelers football game. A lot of shuffling during the week. Of course, the team dropped 3 of its offensive linemen, including Dallas Thomas, who I thought shouldn't have never made the roster to begin with. The most intriguing part of this thing to me happens to be Benny Bernwicki, whatever the hell his name is, the cornerback from the Carolina Panthers. In a sense, what happened with this guy is he went out there and he got roasted up and down the field by Julio Jones. And after watching the film, the Carolina Panthers organization said, you know what, Mr. Benny Bernwicki, whatever the fuck your name is, we think we can do better without you. You just gave up 200+ yards to Julio Jones. Yeah, we gonna have to pass. We're gonna go with our rookies, fam. We good. Here you go. Go be a free agent. And after watching the same film of Julio Jones getting like 200+ yards versus Benny Bernwicki, the Miami Dolphins said, hey, that's just the guy we need. Bring him on. See, I don't know. I don't quite understand that sentiment. Doesn't make, I don't get it. Maybe they see something that the rest of us didn't see, or whatever the case may be, and he's going to come in here and help. Now, tomorrow can be a turning point for this team. Now, if you watched the Thursday night football game from the San Diego Chargers versus the Denver Broncos, if you're a San Diego Charger fan right now, your season started off straight ass. But after beating the Denver Broncos, you have a little bit of encouragement. You're a little bit encouraged by what you saw from that San Diego Charger game. And I'm hoping and praying that this game for us can give us that same feeling going into the next week. You know what I mean? I still don't think we have not played one complete game yet. We haven't played a game where the defense looks semi-decent, the offense looks semi-decent, we get good special teams play. We haven't seen one of those games yet, which is weird. It's weird because at least last year when we played the Texans and the Titans, we looked complete. The defense looked decent, the offense looked good, the special teams looked good, and we played good football. Last year, we ran all over a few teams. You know what I mean? Lamar Miller had some good games last year. This season, we have not yet to see that. And we're in the 5th game of the season, which is why if you go back and you watch my video about this season, I said our defense actually regressed and we got worse. There was a lot less coming into this season to be happy about or to be optimistic about because of some of the moves that were made in the offseason. When you see Brent Grimes just let go and you bring in Byron Maxwell and you got Cam Wake coming off an injury, so now he's just being used in spot duty. So there's a lot less to be optimistic about. Last season, Mario Williams had 5 sacks. This season, you see Mario Williams, he's not doing very much of anything. And in fact, he's had an interview where he says, yes, I need to play harder. But right now, we haven't seen much of anything from him. The pressure on the quarterback from us has been non-existent. Last year, Cam Wake was playing decent football until he got injured. If I'm not mistaken, before he got injured, he had like a 3-sack game. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of, which is another reason why I felt like in the draft we should have went after some defensive ends. We should have went after some linebackers instead of some of the offensive pieces we picked up, namely Carew, because the guy isn't even seeing the football field at this time. I really don't understand that pick is looking worse and worse and worse and worse, because we could have gotten a linebacker, we could have got a defensive end in that spot. So tomorrow we face the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the best quarterbacks in football, the best wide receiver in football, Le'Veon Bell, who's a fantastic running back when he's healthy, and it's going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be a fight. But I like every game that we come into, I come into the games extremely optimistic. I don't come into any game thinking that we're going to get absolutely smoked, especially when we're playing good competition, because for some reason we seem to play better versus good competition. At least that was the way. That's the way it was in previous years. This year we just seem to out and out suck ass. I don't know what it is about this team. I don't know if it's the leadership or the coaching, but if you look at last season, when we played good teams, some of those games, we were, you know, a stop at the end of the game away from beating these guys, you know? And, I mean, last week was just awful. Nothing clicked. It's like we got worse. We're getting worse as the season goes on, because in the beginning of the season, we faced Seattle, and we pushed them. You know what I mean? We were right there. Right there. Now, the Patriot game, I thought we were going to, I mean, if it wasn't for Garoppolo going down, we would have got smoked that whole game. But, like, at least in that Seattle game, we were right there, man. We were right there. And now, I mean, that Bengal game, we got our asses whooped all over the place. So I'm hoping in this game, here are my hopes for this game against Pittsburgh. We're able to limit Bell to 40, 50 yards rushing. Nothing more, nothing less, right? We can limit him to 40, 50 yards rushing. We can keep Antonio Brown under 100 yards. And we get 3 quarterback sacks of Big Ben Roethlisberger. That's what I want to see from our defense. On offense, I want to see Ryan Tannehill go 20 for 25, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Third downs, I want to see him go 6 of 10 on third down. Jay Ajayi, I want to see him rush for 115 yards and a touchdown. We get that, we win the game. Quarterback sacks or hits on the quarterback. Let's limit them to 2 sacks. 2 sacks in the game, 3 or 4 quarterback hurries. To me, that sounds like a successful game. We walk away winning that game 31 to 24. I think that to me sounds like the best case scenario. Now, is that going to happen? Don't know. I'm hoping that's the way it happens. A big win over Pittsburgh will do wonders for our confidence. Now, the problem is, though, is that if you look at that Pittsburgh team, they don't really have the guy who can win one-on-one. Like in the preseason, I was really pissed off or not very optimistic about us beating teams that didn't have great defenses or didn't have pass rush. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't give a fuck if we beat a high school team right now. I just want to win. Anyway, folks, I will talk to you guys next time. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Peace.